Alright, what's up, running nerds and nerdy runners? I'm getting ready for my hump day easy run today. I'm going to be doing about 50 minutes at a super easy pace. It'll probably be about 6.5 miles or so. But while I'm out, I'm going to be discussing, going over some of my thoughts about the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer from this past weekend's Super Bowl. So before we go any further, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Do that whole YouTube thing for me. So yeah, I'm gonna get going and then we'll discuss Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. All right, so we're a little over a mile into today's run. Had to wait for that train to go by. So this one's gonna be directed at you nerdy runners out there, or any of you other pretty cool dudes that happen to stumble upon my channel. But so if you're digging it, make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to follow me on my journey through running. Right now I'm training for the 126th Boston Marathon here in a couple months, which I qualified for, so very grateful for that. But this video is all about that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness trailer that dropped this past weekend at the Super Bowl. It's basically the first look at Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that we've gotten since the Spider-Man No Way Home post-credit scene. So Marvel hitting us with a lot of stuff there. Probably the biggest talking point about the entire trailer is the inclusion of Marvel's Illuminati. So if you don't know what that is, the Marvel Illuminati was more or less a council of all these Marvel Comics universe heavy hitters that they brought together to kind of discuss things, manipulate things, they're doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And it's usually comprised of people like Doctor Strange, Professor X, who I'll talk about here in a second, Black Panther, Iron Man, people like that. So that's Marvel's Illuminati. And what we saw in the trailer had all the chairs for the Illuminati. So I assume that Doctor Strange is gonna be a part of it, but maybe not the one that we know. I think it's gonna be a different variant of Doctor Strange. We see a few different variants throughout the trailer. Protector Strange, who is, you can see wearing like a red costume. He's got like a ponytail. We even see Zombie Strange, who I'll talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, I'm assuming that Doctor Strange is gonna be one. And then of course, we heard the unmistakable voice of Patrick Stewart, who of course played Professor X in the original X-Men movies. So he's been rumored to be in it. I think this pretty much verifies it, pretty much guarantees that he's gonna be playing Professor X in this movie and that he's gonna be on the Marvel Illuminati. Who else is gonna be on the Marvel Illuminati? Well, Tony Stark, like I said, is another one that's on there quite a bit. And another rumor that we've been hearing a lot about is Tom Cruise playing Tony Stark in this movie. Now, if you don't know, Tom Cruise was originally slated to play Iron Man back in the day before Robert Downey Jr. I think it was scheduling conflicts that ended up making it not happen. And obviously Robert Downey Jr. was great. He was born to play that role and he did a great job. Wouldn't change a thing. But I think Tom Cruise would have been okay too. I mean, he's got that arrogant kind of mentality. I think he could have played that role very well. So it's very possible that Tom Cruise is in this as Superior Iron Man, a variant of Tony Stark. Okay, so another rumored appearance for the movie is Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. We've heard all kinds of rumors from John Krasinski playing Reed Richards. Of course, he's been the fan favorite for years. Everybody wants to see him play Reed Richards, and his wife Emily Blunt play Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four. But whether that's happening, we don't know yet. It's possible that Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, is a part of this Marvel Illuminati too, because he is in the comic. And also, Kang the Conqueror, who is the big bad of this next phase of Marvel movies, he is going to be the Thanos of this phase of Marvel movies, is a descendant of Reed Richards. So, again, it's very possible that they bring him in some aspect during the show. I heard some speculation that Kang himself might be on this Illuminati, or at least a variant of him. I'm talking about variants a whole lot, so if you have not watched the Loki series on Disney Plus, definitely check it out. That way you can get caught up on the whole multiverse and variant aspects of what's going on. And while you're at it, watch every other Marvel Disney Plus show, because they're all pretty good. A lot of people have their opinions about Falcon and the Winter Soldier or WandaVision, but trust me, they're all good in their own right. The other one that you need to watch, if you haven't done it yet, is What If. That is Marvel's cartoon where they discuss all the different scenarios, what if scenarios, that can cause rippling effects in a timeline to create different universes. And that's going to come into effect later on in the trailer. So the other things that we see in that Marvel Illuminati sequence is Ultron bots basically walking Doctor Strange into it. That's pretty cool. So, you know, something going on with Ultron there. Again, watch What If. A lot of cool stuff going on just with the Illuminati. But I don't have all day to talk about that, so we're going to move on to the next thing. Okay, so another big talking point from the trailer is all the things that are revolving around Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, who, following the events of WandaVision, is kind of teetering on a point of whether or not she's going to be good or bad. And this trailer, I feel like, doesn't really give us a whole lot to go on. It probably leans more towards her being a bad guy than anything else, but which is a popular theory, but I'm not sold on it. I'm not 100% sold on it, but that doesn't mean anything. She could very well be the, or at least one of the main bad guys of this movie. A lot of cool stuff that go on in there where she's really figuring out her chaos magic. Her chaos magic is everywhere throughout the trailer. You see it from, you know, Wong being held down at some point to Doctor Strange kind of manipulating it in areas. So a lot of cool stuff going on with Wanda and her chaos magic. But again, if she's gonna be the main bad guy of this, it's kind of to be seen. All right, so I just hit 3 miles in to this run, and so I'm about halfway done, maybe a little bit less than, but that's good because we got a lot to talk about still. America Chavez is in this trailer a lot. Now, if you don't know who America Chavez is, and I'm not really familiar with her character either, but basically she has the ability to open portals between universes, which is obviously why she's in this movie quite a bit. Now, she was originally supposed to be in Spider-Man No Way Home, but that was originally supposed to come out before Doctor Strange. Like, these two movies were supposed to be flipped. So when the dates changed for the two movies, that's when she got pulled out of Spider-Man No Way Home, and instead she got introduced into Doctor Strange. Now, her role in Spider-Man No Way Home was supposed to be where she was the one that pulled Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in from their respective universes, and not Ned doing the whole, you know, figuring out magic thing. That was a little lame to me. That was kind of a lame concept to me, Marvel. Sorry, not really the best. I think they could have gone ahead and put her in the movie, but I don't know. We'll see how things go with Doctor Strange. Now, her history, again, I'm not really familiar with her character. but during my little bit of research, she was kind of raised by two mothers, and the way I understand it, they lived in between universes. So anyway, I'll Google it some more, you Google it some more, Wikipedia, whatever you want to use, but check her out before that movie comes out. All right, so another major talking point from the trailer is the inclusion of the Marvel Zombie universe. So the Marvel Zombies comics are epic. You should definitely check them out. The Marvel Zombies universe was introduced into the MCU via What If. So again, check that cartoon out. In that cartoon, we see that basically every major version of the MCU characters were turned into zombies thanks to a virus that Janet Van Dyne brought out of the quantum realm with her whenever Hank Pym went in there to rescue her. Again, these are what if scenarios that would happen if just one little thing happened differently. So that's how this all happened. And in that cartoon, if we see that Wanda, of course, is a zombie, but she's also crazy powerful still. She might even be more powerful than she is in the MCU. And then we also see a zombie version of Doctor Strange. Now, you don't see him too much in that episode of What If, but he looks like he's gonna have a predominant role in this movie for whatever reason. So, why? Don't know. We'll find out in May. All right, we're coming up on 5 miles to go. Some other takeaways from that trailer. Of course, we see the return of Baron Mordo, who at the end of the first Doctor Strange movie was kind of heading down a dark path. Looked like he was gonna be the bad guy in the next Doctor Strange movie, but didn't really seem that bad in this one. So I think that Marvel's trying to lead us to believe that this version that we're seeing in the trailer is actually a variant of the Baron Mordo that we saw in the first Doctor Strange movie. We also see various versions of Christine, of course, the love interest of Stephen Strange. So a lot of theories going around about that. All right, well, I'm approaching the end of my run now. Again, lots of stuff to unpack with that trailer. I'm sure I forgot some stuff. A lot of rumors going around about that movie coming out, including one that I heard that this was actually gonna have even more Marvel characters in it than Endgame did. So how they're gonna do that, I don't know, but that's pretty impressive. We will see. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna pack this away, finish up my last mile and a half or so,